Today we will be talking about the Spanish-American War. This is a war where America went to help Cuba. I want you to think back to when you learned about the American Revolution. In the American Revolution, America was fighting for independence from Great Britain. When we fought for this independence, we had many countries coming to our side to help us. This is what happened when the Spanish-American War began. Before we went to war with Spain, Cuba was fighting for independence from Spain. So we came to help them, just like other countries came to help us in our American Revolution. The Spanish-American War was a conflict between the United States and Spain. This war lasted only from April to August of 1898. It was a very short war. William McKinley was the President of the United States during the war. Without his good leadership, who knows how the war would have turned out. Now, why did we go to fight Spain? Let's look at this map. The blue country that you see is Spain. All of the yellow countries were what remained of the Spanish Empire. The reason we fought Spain is that Cuba was fighting for independence. In 1895, Cuba revolted against Spain. So Cuba, a Spanish colony, was fighting for independence from Spain, and the United States pushed to release them. America supported Cuba at this time because they had money invested in Cuba through business. So a main reason for fighting with Spain is because of the money. Prior to declaring war, the Americans wrote exaggerated news stories about treatment of Cubans in order to get support for the war. This tactic is called yellow journalism. Many of the stories that were written about what was happening in Cuba were not true, but the exaggeration made Americans really want to fight for the support of Cuba. What happened with the Uss Maine, a United States naval ship, was a key reason that we went to war with Spain. In January of 1898, the USS Maine was sent to Cuba to help the Cubans. It had not done anything at that point. Unfortunately, on February 15th, the ship exploded and sank. At the time, it was unknown why the ship sank, but of course, many Americans assumed that it was blown up by the Spanish. Shortly after the USS Maine exploded, on April 25, 1898, USA declared war on Spain. Strangely, this was a very supported war at the time, due to all of the articles that they had seen in the newspaper. While those articles weren't true, it helped get support for the war. As we said before, the war was very short. It came to an end in August of 1898. Though it was a short war, there were important results that came from it. First, Cuba was able to become an independent nation. They had been fighting for this for 3 years. Also, the United States gained more territories. The United States now had the territories of Puerto Rico, the Philippines, and Guam. Possibly one of the most important results of the war is that the United States emerged as a world power. This meant that many countries around the world saw the power of the United States and knew that it could come to bat for them. The good news is that peace came out of this war. Though this war was short, it was certainly important. Without it, who knows when we may have become a world power.